Hi and welcome. I'm Jenna Zadaka, and together we will do a mandala flow around our mat in honor of the lunar start of Nissan, of the miracles, the freedom, and the liberation that is available to us this month. We will be honoring our ancestor Miriam, the prophetess, who is the archetype of this month's energy. But if there's a different ancestor of yours that you'd like to invite in that represents somebody who has brought freedom, who has had a higher vision, a deeper knowing, someone who you honor and would like to invite in to bring a wash of renewal into your life, you're welcome to bring their energy in. Miriam is represented through the Hebrew letter He. And the He is a beautiful flowy letter in the Hebrew language that has an opening above and an opening below. It represents the life force, the breath that moves through us. Even the sound of this letter is the exhale, the breath. It represents praise, song. The oral Torah, the Talmud even says the world was created through this letter He. So we'll begin by embodying this letter by really sinking the feet into the earth, broadening the shoulders, lifting the crown, opening the palms forward, and beginning to invite the breath to flow through us. Now the inhale is a receiving from above, so through the left open side. The exhale travels down through the center column, between the legs and into the earth. Try that again. Inhale through the left side, just like the letter, inviting in renewal, life force, energy. And exhale, wash the breath down and into the earth. Deep inhale, receiving renewal from the moon, from the beginning of this year. This is one of the new years in the Hebrew calendar. And exhale that wash of renewal through the body. A few more at your own pace. Really allowing the breath to touch every cell, every corner. You may want to wake up the toes and roll the shoulders. And this letter He also stands for the affirmation Hineni. Here I am. It's an affirmation of embodied presence. My mind is awake, Hineni. My heart is connected to the messages of the moment, Hineni. My feet are grounded and anchored into this divine spot. Hineni. Take a full, deep Hineni breath. Allowing all that is to fill your awareness. And now we'll add on the arms. Inhale, sweep them up and over the head, fingertips to touch. Lift the gaze like we're looking up at the new moon. And exhale, hands through the heart, and let the palms go. Follow the exhale all the way down. Again, inhale, fingertips above the crown. Lift the gaze, lengthen through the torso. Exhale, pull that energy, Hineni, all the way through. Releasing the grip. One more time. Inhale, sweep it up and over. Inviting in support and renewal from all directions. Exhale, guide it through the body. mountain pose. Beautiful. This time we'll inhale the fingers high and we'll take a swan dive forward, hands to the earth. Bend the knees and let the spine drip down towards the earth. Palms into the mat, hineni, connected to this earth spot below. Inhale, flat back, hands to shins or tops of thighs. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Hug the elbow tips towards each other. Exhale, palms to the earth. Inhale, root to rise. Sweep the hands up and over, gathering strength from all directions. Exhale, palms to heart center. Hineni. Here I am. Inhale, hands up and over. Exhale, swan dive forward, hands to the earth. Open mouth, exhale. Remember the letter of 8, the hey is the exhale. So big audible exhales, letting something go. Inhale, flat back. Soften the gaze towards the earth. And then exhale, we'll come into a tabletop. Palms under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Good, and then dip the belly low, lift the crown. Open through the throat, shoulders towards the hips. And then round the spine, drawing the navel up and in. Good, inhale, drop the belly, lift the pelvis, gaze forward. Exhale, press into the palms as you gather your energy into the center navel. Few more like this, breath to movement. Letting that letter hey move us, flow through us. Noticing the pathways of the breath. Where does the life force enter? Where does it move through? And where does it exit? Good. Last one. And we'll meet at a neutral tabletop. We'll tuck the toes. We'll lift the hips up and back. And bend the knees as much as you need, drawing the heels towards the mat. You can also lift up on the toes, stretching the back of the feet, and then drawing the heels down. Whenever I start my first down dog, I like to wiggle the hips, shake the torso, look right and left, up and down, however you'd like to move and groove into this shape, coming into settled presence. Good. Look between the hands, step to the top of the mat, fold forward. Bend the knees, inhale, root to rise, palms overhead. Look up, gaze up, and exhale, draw the hands to the heart. Nissan is the lunar start to the Hebrew calendar. It's when the Israelites received the mitzvah, the divine commandment of counting the lunations, counting time through the markings of the moon. And the moon allows us to release, to restore, to renew, knowing that we are never stagnant, but we are always evolving in motion. We'll drop the hands, inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, dive forward, palms to the earth. Inhale, flat back. We've been here before. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back into all fours. Drop the belly, lift the crown. Inhale. Exhale, round the spine, hips to heels, child's pose. Sinking deep into this child's pose. I'm going to lift up so you can hear me, but stay here in child's, sinking into the hips. Walking the fingertips forward to really lengthen the spine. Softening the forehead into the mat. And deep, full breaths. On this mat, we have 4 corners. We have 4 sides, representing the 4 seasons, the 4 elements that surround us. Miriam, the prophetess, the ancestor that we are inviting into our flow today, embodied circle consciousness, meaning she understood that godliness and divinity is not hierarchical, it is not linear, it is not one way, but rather we are in a circle. We are surrounded by woman, by energy, by divinity, by support all around us. Miriam and the woman brought tambourines to celebrate their redemption and freedom. So as you sink into this pose, you can visualize a tambourine all around you. A tambourine of celebration, celebrating all of our parts, celebrating each direction of divine space. And around this tambourine, you can invite the woman and support systems, teachers, plants, animals, elements, anything that has brought you a circle of support and strength and has contributed to your freedom. Keep breathing as more and more visitors enter your circle. You can also feel these 4 sides of the mat and imagine a circle around it, a tambourine of celebration, the seasons, the cycles, all the rhythms we move through, guiding us towards wholeness. And as I guide us towards a mandala flow around the mat, I'd love you to honor and attune to all these directions of divine space, allowing in the nourishment that is available. So we'll inhale back to tabletop. And then lift the knees, tuck the toes, come up and back into your downward facing dog. Plant the left foot down, inhale the right leg high, bend the knee and open the hip. Rolling out that ankle, gazing under the right arm. Straightening the leg behind you, gaze forward as you send the foot between the hands. Lower that left knee, sinking the hips, drawing the shoulders back. We're on our fingertips. You can also use blocks or water bottles here to make the ground a little higher. Sending the heart forward, honoring the prominent direction in front of us. In Kabbalah, this is the direction of Tiferet, beauty and harmony. Good. We'll walk the hands back as we lengthen that leg, curl the toes towards the heart, fold over that extended leg, opening the back of the leg, hugging the left hip in and softening down. Beautiful. Walk those hands forward. Inhale the hands up. Like we're holding the new moon above us. Sink the hips a little deeper. Beautiful. Cactus the arms as we expand the heart wide. Receiving nourishment from the front. Smiling upwards. Then lifting the fingertips high. Right hand to the right hip. Fingertips reach up and over. Good. Stay steady through the line between the feet. Good. Inhale, fingers high. Exhale, palms to the earth. Go ahead and take a twist to the right. So left palm is planted. We're rolling out that top wrist. Beautiful. And then bring the hand to the left hand in the inner side of the foot. Lift the left knee and sink the hips towards that right heel, palms to the heart. We're flexing through that left foot for the first time, turning towards that left side of divine space. This is the side of Gevura, of strength. If there's a matriarch or mentor or teacher in your life that embodies Gevura or this divine strength, you can bring her energy up and just invite that in. Hands to the mat. We'll lift the hips up and over to the left side, hands to the heart, extending through that right sole of foot. Sorry that my back is towards you. In this mandala flow, if you get lost at all, that's fine. Just come back to your breath. Come back to what feels good. Then hands to the mat. We'll lift the hips up, forward fold. Let the earth hold you as you release everything forward and down. Fingertips to earth. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, swivel the left toes to the back of the mat. Right knee comes down, shoulders press back as the crown lifts to the new moon. Bringing attentiveness to the back of the mat allows us to reflect on where we came from. Those that came before us, what's behind us, what's been our support as we've moved forward. Exhale to the back, extending that left leg long, folding forward as you flex through the foot. Good. Inhale, walk the hands forward. Tuck the toes, and then lift the hands up for a crescent pose. Lifting through the heart, holding that new moon energy between the palms. We'll bring the left hand to the left hip, reach the fingertips up and over. See if you can soften the gaze. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, cactus the arms, receiving the energy from the back, from this particular direction of divine space that we don't always pay attention to. Good. Inhale, fingers high. Exhale, float the palms down. Keep that right hand planted. Inhale, twist to the left. roll out that top wrist. Turning through the mid-torso. And don't forget to breathe. Beautiful. Exhale the hand to the mat. Lift the right knee as we step forward. Forward fold to the back of the mat. Lengthening long through the back of the legs. Bend the knees. Inhale. Sweep the hands to the side and up. And exhale. Gather the energy into the heart. Whatever you place at the back of your mat, a matriarch, a woman, a mentor that has supported you, that has come before you, that represents a foundation in your life. We'll just honor those that came before us. The side of Kabbalah that is Yesod, the back body, the strength from behind. Just breathe that in as acknowledgement. We'll release the hands. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, swan dive forward, palms to the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, palms to the earth. Step back into your tabletop. Drop the belly, lift the crown. Exhale, round the spine, toes together, child's pose. Remembering that we also receive immense support and strength from the earth itself, from below. Remembering the root systems beneath the surface that connect us all. That roots that remain steady through all 4 seasons. Just breathing in life force through the Adama, the earth below. Gaze between the hands. Inhale, pull yourself up. Good. And then tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bringing to mind that Hebrew letter Hey. Inviting the inhale through the open space, the top part of the Hey. Exhaling through the base of the Hey. Noticing the pathway of your breath. Left foot plants. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Left foot, left knee to the mat. This time we'll inhale right to a crescent. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, reach fingertips high. Exhale, palms to the mat. Inhale, twist to the right. Exhale, hands to the inside of the foot. Good. Left palm opens, hands to the heart. Deep breath here. Then hands to the mat. We'll swivel to the back of the mat, extending through that right sole of foot. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale through the feet. Hands to the mat, lift the hips. Toes come in as we fold forward. Letting everything sink into the earth. Beautiful. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, swivel the toes to the left. Right knee comes down. Good. Inhale. high crescent pose. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, right hand comes down. Take that twist to the left. Beautiful. Bring the left hand back down. Right knee lifts. Step the foot to meet the left. Folding forward. Inhale, vertebrae by vertebrae. We'll lift all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands. Guide the breath into the heart. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep it up and over. Exhale, dive on forward. You might want to shake your torso or look right and left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat. All fours. Drop the belly, lift the crown. Exhale, round the spine. Hips to heels, child's pose. And if we get lost in our thoughts or distracted, we come back to the affirmation, Hineni. Here I am, tops of feet on the ground, forehead pressing into the earth, heartbeat in the rhythm, connected to the Lev HaOlam, the heart of the world, breath flowing through me, noticing the temperature of your skin, the pace of your breath. Come back to this present moment. We'll lift up into all fours and we'll line the left palm with the left knee and the right heel. We'll swivel that heel parallel of the knee to make one nice long line, and then sweep the hand over the ear for a full side body stretch. Press into that right heel. Should feel so good and open, like freedom through the side body. Good, and then draw the palms all the way back to a half squat at the back of your mat. Just bowing to this right side. Excuse me. The right side of Chesed. Right side of Chesed being divine love and openness and expansion. Honoring someone in your life, a teacher, a mentor, an ancestor, even a pet that resembles just endless divine love. Bowing towards the right. Perhaps there's a season that brings you rejuvenation and love. Then we'll walk the hands forward, press into the right toes, and stamp the foot to the sky. Good. Stamp it up using that glute muscle, and then draw the right knee into the chest. Curl through the spine. 2 more like that. Inhale, stamp the sky, look in front of you. Exhale, draw it in. Last one, inhale, stamp. Exhale, right knee to the outer right wrist. We're setting up for pigeon pose. So rolling to the top of that left thigh, keeping the palms planted. You can stay right here or come into sleeping pigeon. Forehead on the mat. Palms can come together or lift the prayer hands above the skull. Exhale deeply through the body. One of the messages that this month of Nissan and Passover teach us is that being guided through the lunations, through the moon, means we're allowed to rest. Sun mentality, in Egypt, the Egyptians worshipped the sun god. The Israelites were told to follow the moon because the moon has seasons, it has cycles. There's a time to be full and bright, and there's a time to be dark and still, and honoring all those rhythms within us. Take your last deep breath here. Then lift up onto the palms, stretching long through the torso. Good, and we'll slide the knee back to all fours. We're going to take that side body stretch on the other side. So plant the right knee, right palm, and left heel. And then sweep the arm up and over, pressing through the left heel, reaching through the fingertips. It feels like freedom. We can move in new ways, explore new pathways of breath, of motion. Good, and then send the hips to the left heel, hands to the heart. Settling into this half squat. Just noticing what is alive in your heart. Beautiful. And then palms to the top of the mat, press into the left heel. And then stamp the sky, look forward. Exhale, knee to chest, round in. Inhale, stamp, look forward. Exhale, draw it in. Last one, inhale. Exhale into pigeon, left knee to outer left wrist. Slide the right knee back onto the pad of the right thigh. You can shimmy the torso and then find your nice long length as you fold forward into your sleeping pigeon. Palms over the skull if that is in your reach. Exhaling deeply and noticing where there's tension, where there's stuckness, and sending your breath through there. Miriam's name literally means mar, bitter, because she came from the most bitter times of slavery. And instead of letting the bitterness stop her, it actually jolted her into her purpose. Her bitterness was transformed into a higher vision of how am I going to bring freedom to myself and others. So it's okay to start our freedom journey simply by being in the bitterness and being present with it so that we can also be present in our redemption and in our freedom. We'll lift up back into your pigeon, slide the knee back, and then come onto a seat. Closing the eyes for a moment and bringing back that visual of the tambourine all around us, the mandala, the celebration of all directions, all seasons, the 4 elements, the 4 matriarchs, even the 4 letters in the divine name in the Tetragrammaton. We are encompassed by such beauty. We'll lift our hands up and we'll bring the right hand in line of the right sit bone and take a bend to the right, keeping that left sit bone anchored. Beautiful. And come back to center. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, left palm comes down. Reach your right arm up and over. Stretching through the torso. Keeping that right sit bone grounded. Drop the left elbow away from the ear for some more space. Good, and come back to center, hands on the knees. Closing the eyes as we circle around the pelvis. Deep breaths, acknowledging the circles that hold you. Good, we'll begin to circle the other way. Honoring all the seasons that you've moved through to come into this moment, and all the seasons that you must continue to journey through to experience freedom. Good, and coming back into stillness. We'll bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the low belly. Feeling the stillness in the center of your circle. Inviting all those supports that we began with, the matriarchs and ancestors, the elements and plants, the seasons, in your support circle. And as you deepen the breath, see if you can fully receive from all these directions. Miriam brought into the world circle consciousness, whereas the men of the time had lines and hierarchy. Miriam brought support, sisterhood, and an equal flow of giving and receiving, knowing that each one of us is responsible for our personal and collective redemptions. So take a deep breath in, honoring the circles you create, honoring the circles you're part of and held by. Bring the hands back to the knees. Bow the head towards the heart. And just asking yourself, in my life, what would freedom look like? In my life, what would freedom feel like? Listening to the intelligence of the body, to the visions of the mind, listening and receiving the response as an invitation into this freedom work. Thank you for practicing with me. I really appreciate you trusting me, staying the course. And if you have any questions or feedbacks or requests for future practices, let me know. We're in this together. Have a beautiful month of Nissan, Passover, and sending all my love and blessings to you.